Populate, pop, 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 pop. Is the magic happening? I'm not sure. Is it happening? Well, I'm gonna sing anyway. Uh, 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 Coming together in love we rise, building community online. Sharing our hearts feels mighty fine. Making each day better, one song at a time. Come on, y'all. Coming together in love, we rise. Clap, clap. Building community online. Clap, clap. Sharing our hearts feels mighty fine. Making each day better, each day better, each day better. One song at a time. A daily antidote of song. Oh my goodness, we have a little falsetto this morning. Great day, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever we happen to be in the world. Happy journey to us all. Hey, everybody. I'm Arnaé. I'm your host for this Tuesday edition of Daily Antidote of Song that is amazingly and consistently brought to you every single day by those beautiful people over at Carpe Diem Arts. Give them a hand. Carpe Diem Arts. Carpe Diem Arts. Hey, Carpe Diem Arts. All right. Today is August 2nd. Oh my goodness. We are back with more affirmative messages of peace, social justice, togetherness, and hope. I think it's day 848. Somebody's going to let me know. But let's get this party started by saying greetings to our Facebook Live family. Okay, y'all know the drill. To the left, up top, to the right, on the bottom, to the right, up top, to the left, on the bottom. And then wave to everybody all around. Everybody. Let's get Bobby in the corner. Cindy and Tiger over there in the top. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. All right. And I always like starting the hellos to Jojo Rossi, the creator of the series. Let's give her a hand. There's Busy Graham. Let's see who else I know over there at Carpe Diem Arts. Diane. There's Katie. There's Anna. There's Jaden. And today's magically delicious Zoom guru is the one and only Erin. Give her a hand. Yay, Erin. She got my clothes together today. So, see, I'm matching. Thank you, Erin. All right, let's get started with the Kashrumas making the room. The Zoomers in the... Okay, everybody here. Who's in this booming afternoon? I'm so glad to see Aaron. So glad to see Bronwyn in Victoria. So glad to see Arlene in Berkeley. So glad to see Dan in Vienna. So glad to see Sherry in New Hampshire. So glad to see Susan in Seattle. So glad to see... Uh-oh. 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 The name is hidden. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Pete Sarver in Syracuse. I had to open my whole screen up to see your name. So glad to see Bonnie in Boise. And glad to see my girl Susan G. And my friend Storm. Hello. Amanda and Miles and Alex are here. Annette in California. Hi there. Cricket, good to see you. And there's Luda with the love in Victoria, BC. Thank you. Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Hey. Kevin in DC with the flute, the golden flute. Great to see you. Oh my goodness, there's Baba James Harkless. Baba James, respect always. Great to see you, sir. And there's Christiana in Rockville, 849. Thank you for that. Kat Cox with a fur baby. Great to see you both. Jack and Chip are here. I see Deli. Great to see you. And there's Kathy in Arapahoe, Cheyenne County with a fur baby. Oh, I love the fur babies. Ralph in Victoria is here. And stop moving, stop moving. Sheila in Florida. Sheila's got a fur baby. Hold up. Is this fur baby day? I need to get my own. I see one curly top. I see two curly tops. And I see a fur baby too. Greetings to the Curly Top family. And there's Becky Kane. Nice to see you. Nancy with the moo cow. Diane Weinstein. Great to have you here today. Kate in Charlottesville. Fred in Silver Spring. Good morning to you. Mabel with those beautiful dancing bears. I see one bear. There'll be more to come. Sue Sean. Good morning to you. And then there's Bob. There's the other bear. Okay, I don't know how y'all did that, but it's good to have you both here. Aloysius somewhere in the world. Tusi is here. Great to see you. Harriet Dart. For you being here. Brown in Victoria, BC. There's Don and the Curly Tops. There's LMG, Loriana and company, Jane in Maryland. Amos Houseman is here. And everybody who needs to be here is here today. All right. If you are new to the Daily Antidote room today, please feel free at this time to identify yourself in the chat. Put your first name, the city, the country, the galaxy, in honor of Nichelle Nichols. Where are you from? Where are you from? Peace and prosperity to everybody. Put it in the chat how you found us. Okay, did somebody confirm it's day 840, 848 or 849? Well, give yourselves a hand. 849. 849. Christiana has it. Thank you, Christiana. Today, it happens to be the birthday of novelist, playwright, and activist James Arthur Baldwin. Y'all know him. Go Tell It on the Mountain, The Fire Next Time. He's a fierce fighter on subjects that center on race, politics, and sexuality. Boy, I would be really interested in what Jimmy Baldwin had to say today. And maybe our song leader for the day is conjuring his spirit up with her activism. She is an award winning bilingual vocalist and songwriter and instrumentalist who stirs listeners with her clear voice, collective spirit, and rhythmic sensibility. Her affiliation with the Northeast Regional Folk Alliance has led to her music being featured on one of my personal favorite programs, Democracy Now! Yep, that was her. Her poetic, her poetic original compositions are full of nature, social movements, and Latin American Nueva Canción. Her songs inspire hope, spark imagination, and audience participation, which we are going to get into right now. Y'all know the drill. Everybody put your hands up and together for the wonderful Colleen Kattau. Cheers, Colleen.
Hey, so good to see everybody
Yay,
and
glad you're here.
your smiling faces. Arnaé, thank you. You're the
Yeah.
host with the most, man. Host with the most. I'm
Oh
just
man,
saying.
I appreciate it. So how are you today?
I am good. I am good. It's been a whirlwind kind of thing, lots of changes and helping my stepdaughter move and doing a lot of music on the weekend. And I slept till 9:30 today. It was really amazing. Didn't set an alarm. I was like, oh, I got a song to sing later. I better warm up.
Wow. Well, let's talk about this song for a moment.
Yeah.
Tell us the song you've chosen for
Well,
today.
I just came. I belong to a Syracuse community choir. We do. I'm one of the creative directors, also here in the New York area. And before I start, I do want to just say, acknowledge that, that we here in Central New York are on the occupied territory of the Haudenosaunee, and I know that many of you have acknowledged that yourselves when you introduce yourselves, and it's important to remember that. And so I was thinking about uh, we've done this song. I learned this song that we're going to sing, Emergency, by Extinction Rebellion. Anyone ever hear that group, Extinction Rebellion?
Great.
Amazing group. And they have a PDF of their music lyrics online. So you can look for them, Extinction Rebellion, just write in songs and you'll find it right there. And I was invited to go to Italy in 2019, right? It was like, under the COVID radar, and it was really amazing. I got to sing at the like Eco Village, conferences, and this young woman came up to me with a big poster, and she goes, "Do you know this song?" And it was all the lyrics, and she taught it to me, and I was just enamored of this song. And it's a little more serious of maybe for the songs that we do here, but it does have a really good message, and I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful melody, and so I wanted to, share it with you today and teach it to you so you can share it with other people too. And if
Perfect.
there's time at the end, we'll have a little fast number to bring us up.
We'll
Yeah.
make it. We'll make time. Okay, so take us through line by line because from what I understand,
Yeah.
it all
And
repeats.
okay, yes. And do you have oh, good, the lyrics are in the chat. So if you can read, if everyone's able to read the chat, the lyrics are in there. And I'm gonna sing the first verse through, just the first verse, and then you can then I'll sing it line by line, and that melody will be the same melody throughout. There's four verses, and so it's the same melody, just different words. Everybody good? Good. So we'll start. It goes, I'm sorry, my friends. I didn't want to stop you when you were having such a fine time. But this is an emergency. Your house is all on fire. And if we do not rise up now, all this will turn to ashes. That's the whole melody. That's it. Okay? So we'll take it line by line. You ready? Yeah? Good. So one line first. I'm sorry, my friends.
So give it to us. So Colleen, when you do it, say, I'm sorry, my friends. I'm sorry, my friends.
Oh, sing it like that. Okay.
That'll
Yep.
help. Yeah.
Yep. All right. From the top. I'm sorry, my friends. I'm sorry, my friends. I didn't want to stop you. I didn't want to stop you when you were having such a fine time. When you were having such a fine time. This is the real loud one. But this is an emergency. But this is an emergency. Your house is all on fire. Your house is all on fire. And if we do not rise up now, and if we do not rise up now, good, all this will turn to ashes. All this will turn to ashes. All right. I see that. Yeah, and this was one where we really have to like, you know, just open your mouth as wide as you can and sing it out. Excellent. Are we good to do the whole verse together? All right, from the top. I'm sorry, my friends. I didn't want to stop you when you were having such a fine time. But this is an emergency. Your house is all on fire. And if we do not rise up now, all this will turn to ashes. I'm sorry, my friends. I didn't want to trouble you. I didn't want to trouble you when you were having such a hard time. Good. But this is an emergency. The waters are all climbing. And so we have to rise up now, or we will soon be drowning. I'm sorry, my friends, that we have all been arguing. That we have all been arguing. And now we're nearly out of time. This is an emergency, but this is an emergency. There'll be no food for eating. And so we have to rise up now, or this night will be for fighting. I'm sorry, my children. I didn't want to frighten you. And this is no ghost story. This is an emergency. Our leaders have all failed And so we have to rise up now and join the rebellion. And so we have to rise up now and form the rebellion.
Ooh,
Good.
Colleen. Wow. Everybody give her a hand. Yes.
It's intense.
It is intense and it is an emergency. It is an emergency. I'm really curious about your being taught the song on the spot. So do you remember the young lady's name, the person's name who had the song?
No, I think you know what? I met so many people there. No, but she was just a beautiful soul spirit.
So how did she know that you were singing? Did you have your guitar on you? How did she know to bring this song to you?
Oh, right, because I was gonna be singing at the conference, so she knew. That was a very magical weekend, you know. So we were singing a lot, and then she taught me that song, and I was like, "Thank you, what a gift," you know.
Wow. And
Because
so
like for Italy, for instance, Italy is really going through it right now, you know, the drought.
they were
Here
the
in central New York, we have, you know, it's usually really, really rainy and, you know, we don't have enough. I mean, we have a lot of water here, of course, but it's been very dry here, really unusually dry. And so, I mean, and I really love the song too because we have to rise up. You know, it's us, right? It's never the ones at the top. You know, it's like what Howard Zinn said. You know, change never comes from the top. It's us.
That's right.
You know, we have to shift and change and be aware and keep working on those up the top. But we are the people. We're the ones we've been waiting for.
We are the ones and people have the power. So did you sing the song that day?
Yes.
Wow. And so you learned the lyrics or she was there with the lyrics for you?
Yeah, I learned, but it's like so the melody is so beautiful. And so, you know, so you caught on pretty quick, you know. And then I brought it actually to the choir to sing. And it's got a beautiful arrangement. If anyone would like an arrangement of the song for a choir, like you, Arne, I I can definitely send it your way, you know.
Oh, I love that. So have you recorded it yet?
No, no, I don't think I will record this. Maybe, I mean, there is a beautiful recording. There's several of them online. If you look up Extinction Rebellion on YouTube, there is there's one version, and just has it's like a black background with kind of like light snow falling and lyrics. That is a beautiful version.
Okay.
Beautiful version.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm curious, was Greta Thunberg at the rally?
No, she wasn't there.
Yeah, because I mean, it was evocative, her saying our world is on fire, seeing it come from this young person. And her activism is so inspiring. What were the age ranges that you saw when you were at this conference?
Oh, you know, from you know, in utero to old the people in their 90s. It was really cool.
Wow, that's really inspiring for me to see young people being involved because this is their world. I mean, this is what they're inheriting.
I know. I toured around a little bit and stayed at a really beautiful, you know, like the old kind of, they're like big old, you know, contadini houses, you know, with with a beautiful brick. And there was a wonderful intentional community there. Two families, three families living together with their kids. And they were transforming it. You know, they're doing it. You know, making their own food, you know, being really conservative, conservationist, and doing amazing things with very little amount of land. Kind of permaculture, what's called permaculture. And you know, I belong to a community in Colombia that, you know, for many years I've gone to Colombia and I, you know, I learned so much about how they naturally care for the earth. You know, it's just like part of the whole being. Everyone's healthy there, you know, and they're good and they have, you know, they're in the countryside trying to fight for their land. And you know, so when I see like local community, I know here in my community there's a lot of local activism by young people in particular, you know, kind of having their own collective farms or breweries or, whatever it is, kind of doing the local thing and really preparing, for a future that's quite uncertain, you know.
Mm,
And I mean, I am very, very hopeful. I'm a hopeful, optimistic person. Every day grateful, right?
sure.
Gratitude, attitude. I learned that from the Onondagas. They're always like, "It's a good day. Every day is a good day,"
That's
right?
right. That's right.
And this
Or
is this song is a call for just keeping it in mind and like a call to action.
a call to action. I love it. Well, speaking of action, I've got three names for you, and I want you to talk a little bit about your connection to them.
Okay.
Pete Seeger.
Oh, Pete.
OP. OP. You call him OP.
Oh,
OP.
Pete. Oh, Pete. He was Pete Seeger. How many of you have met Pete Seeger? I bet lots of people have met. There's nobody that Pete didn't meet or know. I swear to God. He the best connection that I have with Pete was through the People's Music Network, and I'm sure many of you have heard of that group. I encourage you to join it. It's a great participatory group that's been doing a lot of online stuff throughout the pandemic. And Pete he loved that group very much. And then, I once and when I met him the first time, he asked me, he goes, "Are you from California?" I was like, "No," but then I was for a long time, for many years, I was very active in the movement to close down the School of the Americas, which was a heinous school that trained Latin American soldiers and officers, in really crappy tactics of, uh, you know, really terrorizing their own population. And it was a very cynical school that trained Latin Americans so that, it wouldn't look like the US was intervening, but it was very, it's a
Right.
Pentagon thing. And so we would organize my friend Jolie Rickman and I would organize the music there, and Chris and Sarah, and the three of us, and we would bring all these different groups. And Pete loved it. He loved the group. He loved it so much because he called it the singerness movement in the social movement at the time. We go to the gates of Fort Benning in Georgia, and then one time we were on stage and the power went out, and it was me and Pete and his son and me and Jolie, and we started singing "Bright Morning Star Arising," and going on like that, and there was no power, but like it was like a mic check thing, right? And after like a few, like singing that song over and over again, there was thousands of us singing that song. So so Pete is just, he was just so beautiful and amazing. I was feeling real honored to have known him and sung with him, you know.
Wow. That's an incredible
Such a
memory.
such a great soul. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Make it.
Holly Near.
Oh, Holly. Yeah. Well, Holly was a great friend of the Syracuse Community Choir, and are you all familiar with Holly Near? She was, if you aren't, she's just a beautiful, amazing singer. Really amazing set of pipes. What can
Absolutely.
I say?
Great composer.
And
The
and
melody.
composer. Oh yeah, yeah, just beautiful. And I loved her. Ever since I was in college, my friend turned me on to her music, and it was a whole like when I went, there was a whole revitalization of women's music, and she was one of the people at the forefront of that. So many great things, so much great women's music coming out of the '80s that time, and she and so she came to the choir once, and she said she was singing "I Am Willing," her great anthemic song, and she goes, "Hey, why don't you just sing this? Because I can't sing that high part anymore." And so I did. It was really great. And then I got to tour with her a little bit. So that was really wonderful. And but she's a great friend of the community choir, and I keep in touch with her here and there. Um, she's just a force, force of nature, and she
Wow.
really had a big impact on my singing. I learned many of her songs, from Kentucky Woman to I Am Willing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Holly Near. Okay. Tom Paxton.
Oh, Tom. Yeah. Tom, I don't know Tom as well. We just sang with him a couple of times at the folk circuit thing. But lately he has this really great project with it's Marks and Marcer, the two women, Kathy Fink. Kathy Fink and Marcy Marxer. They have a very funny album. It's very funny. I see people shaking their heads because he's quite the songster. He's quite the songwriter, that Tom Paxton, and
Wow.
very, very funny, and very poignant too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you've got some funny and poignant songs yourself. He shall be removed. I love. Can we get a little bit of he shall be removed? Oh, farms not fascist. Okay, Colleen, come back.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Can we get us a little verse of he shall be removed? And everybody put in the chat if you know who the he is.
Oh,
That
to me, you want me to sing it?
yeah, sing a little bit
Oh
of it.
yeah. It's like, well, let's see. Oh my God. Oh my God. Because I can remember it. It was kind of funny. I was like thinking, oh, this was back, I'm not saying the name. Good. Thank you, Arnaé. Thank you for sparing us not saying the
That's-
name. And so I was like, oh, he shall be removed. He shall be removed.
Kick him out.
He shall be removed just like a bag of garbage on the corner. He shall be removed.
I love it.
So I put it out on Facebook. I was like, I got this song and I have two verses. I'm like, let's make it a collective effort. And the stuff people wrote was so funny. The bag of garbage one wasn't mine. It was somebody else's. I'm like, perfect.
Well, actually, the Freedom Singers, when they were on the steps of the Washington Monument at the 1963 march, it's just like a pail of garbage in the alley. That's how they
No way.
like a pail of garbage in the
Oh,
alley. We shall. Oh, he must be removed. I think they said. Yeah, but you can find it on YouTube. But the
wait a
pail.
minute. So there was a parody way back then?
It they wrote, yes, they wrote
That's
it.
amazing. That's
Look
great.
for the Freedom Singers.
I
You'll see
will.
Dr. Bernice Johnson Regan, you'll see Cordell Regan, you'll see Bernard Lafayette, and Bertha, not Bertha May. The name is escaping me, but they're on the stage at the March on Washington at the dais, and that's one of the verses. I think it's segregation is the enemy. It must be
Be
removed.
removed.
Yes.
Yeah.
They say just like a pail of garbage in the alley. But it is there for history's sake. And I actually use that verse with my choir, and I've updated it also. We
Yeah.
must defeat police brutality. You can't hide because the whole world is watching. Got my phone up.
I know.
Oh, okay, so yeah, there we go. All right, Colleen, I'm gonna get in trouble because we could talk for a couple
I
hours.
know. We got some talking to you, dude, you and I.
You guys are talking, but you have a very interesting project that's coming up. It's called the Dead Girls Show. What is that all about?
Yes, because I was telling Arne earlier that I um, I just wanted to. One of the things I love to do. I mean, I write my own songs, but I also love to interpret, other people's songs as well. And I just there was I was thinking about I lost a dear friend. Peter knows Jolie Rickman, and she was this amazing, and so Storm does too. She was an amazing, amazing soul who lived in my neighborhood. She was originally from Chicago, and she was just this incredible songwriter. And she was one of those people that knew that she didn't have a lot of time on this earth, I think, because
Mm,
she died very young when she was 34. But she really, I've interpreted her songs because they need to be heard. Like she has, just for an example, she has a song called "Love Song to Newt," but it's very funny. She wrote it like decades ago, but it's like, I don't know why you dress yourself in blue and white and red, and I don't know why you give welfare to the rich instead of treating others the way you love to treat yourself. I don't know why there's such a discrepancy, but and it's got a great chorus that goes, I don't want you coming near me. I don't want you coming near me. I don't want you coming near me ever again. So that's that. Uh-oh, I'm breaking up a little bit. So I'm going to stop my video.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Colleen, come back. All right. Well, in the meantime, Aaron, if you could grab maybe some of those links. There's a link for "He Shall Be Removed," which is classic. We all need to go on her YouTube page and everybody subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Those algorithms do make a difference. And there is, okay. Did we lose her, Aaron? Open up, Aaron.
I'm here.
Okay. Did we lose her? Is she still here?
I'm not seeing her just right now, but it's possible that she will be able to rejoin. Maybe she left so that she could pop back in.
Okay. All right. So we'll hold the
So
fort down
you
for
you riff for a second. We'll
we'll hold
see
the
if
fort down for now. Okay. So here's the thing. I never look at the chat. I never look at the chat. So I'm going to take a moment to do that really quickly. Susan G. Yes, a good book about James Baldwin's birthday, The Fire This Time. Absolutely. Let's get to that. Oh, what's going on with Hoda? Ooh, lots of love to Hoda. Okay, let me see if I can find out what's going on. Okay, we're sending healing love and wishes. Okay, absolutely, Hoda. Absolutely. We're sending that out to you. And no, it wasn't Lyndon Johnson. Who were they removing in 63? So the verse is segregation. Segregation is the enemy. It must be removed. Segregation is the enemy, and it must be removed just like a pail of garbage in the alley. It must be removed. And you see an 18-year-old Dr. Bernice Johnson Reagan on the stage at the dais of the March on Washington. And yes, they sang that. And so when I have updated my version of the song for Voices Raised, we actually include that in there. Okay, so yeah, it's not a what, it's not a who, it is the it. It is the it. All right. I'm seeing something more about Hoda. Okay, yeah, let's send love out to Hoda. Okay, please ask Colleen the name of the community in Colombia. Okay, I can't think of the name of the place. All right, so we're gonna find it when she comes back. I'll make sure I do that. Um, in the meantime, in between time, Aaron, are there any announcements that we need to be aware
I
of?
don't think that there are any announcements for right now, just that you know where to find us. We'll be here every single day, and we're looking forward to singing with you and everybody else again tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow
And
as they
tomorrow,
all creep
and
in
tomorrow,
every day from day to
absolutely.
day.
I
And
love
here's
it.
Colleen
All right, Colleen is back. Everybody give her a hand.
is back. Here we go. Let me get her back up on here. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Hello, Colleen. Happy you're back.
Yeah, my internet. Sorry about that.
No
It all
worries.
crapped out. So anyway,
Let's go
I
ahead.
was singing Jolie's song anyway. You heard a little bit of that.
I love that. The ode to Newt. The ode to Newt. Okay. There's a question here about Colombia. What area in Colombia are you speaking of? Someone's looking for that.
Oh yeah, it's mostly in the Cauca region, um, which is in the southwest. So near Popayan in the southwest Colombia, Cauca. Yeah,
Okay.
and
And that's South America that you're speaking of.
yes, in Colombia. Uh-huh.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Not Columbia, Tennessee.
Oh no.
I'm teasing you. I'm
Yeah, I
teasing
know.
you.
It's Colombia. Colombia. Yeah, yeah.
Colombia, Colombia.
Colombia.
Okay, so again, you were talking about this Dead Girl show that's coming
Oh
up.
yeah, yeah.
Is this something that we can attend online? Are you going to stream it?
You know,
Is
I
it
don't.
recorded?
Right. I hopefully it'll be recorded. I don't. It'll be in November though. So, but I'm really, gearing up for it because it's going to take a lot of prep to get these songs down.
And who are some of the artists that you're featuring?
Right. Well, Lasa de Sela, she was a Mexican Canadian artist. Jolie Rickman, of course. Laura Nero, Sandy Denny, Kate Wolf, um, uh, Abby, yeah, Abby Lincoln.
Mhm.
um, Patsy Cline, and then there's a few other women that will choose maybe because of course there's folks that are different kind of a different genres, but uh, I'm not I'm not sure. Right,
Okay.
the other artists could pick those women that they wanted,
Oh, oh, oh.
but
So,
it's kind of yeah. Go ahead.
so it's a
Yeah,
compilation. You have different artists singing different people's songs.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it. Got
Yeah, I'll be singing probably quite a few. Like I'll have my friend Jane Zell and I, who I work with, will curate and we'll kind of be the core, and then we'll have a few other people because there's amazing singers around here.
Wow, wow. So you're back out in the world now?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, the summer's easier because I'm doing outdoor shows for
Mhm,
sure.
mhm.
You know, I just but everybody, I mean, I know like a lot of people have gotten COVID just recently, so y'all be careful out there. You know,
It's real. It's
it
really, really
is.
real. Really
Oh,
real.
you got it, Aaron. Yeah.
Just recovering now. Literally just took my
Oh,
last
wow.
dose of the medicine this morning.
Wow.
Oh, how you feeling?
Much better. And as much as I hate to jump in and cut it off, we got to start to wrap things up, which I
Oh,
hate because I wish
okay.
that we could just sit here and listen
I
to
Chit
you
know.
chat.
two
I know. Okay, so
forever.
Colleen, you wanted to take us out with a song that comes from Yara Allen, who is one of the
Yep.
lead singers with the Poor People's Campaign. Tell us about the song real quick.
Well, yeah, between you and I, we can, well, it's a song by Yara Allen, and I think that she titles it Somebody's Been Hurting My Brother. Um, and it's just the best, one of the better zipper songs you'll hear, of recent times. And we kind of added our own verses too, because just like with we were talking about before with, He Shall Be Removed, it's one of those songs that just is really catchy. And I'm sure many of you have heard of it. But Yara wrote it for the Poor People's Campaign, which I think is an amazing movement. Some of you have heard of the Poor People's Campaign, I'm sure, but the best part about it is that at the core is economic inequality, and that is it. That's it. It's like critiquing capitalism. We got to get rid of that, or else we can't get rid of climate change. We can't get rid of anything. But within that, it's all inclusive. An all inclusive, wholly inclusive um, movement. From women's rights to her own body, to gender equity, to issues of racism and sexism and climatism, speciesism,
All those
it's
isms. All
it's
those.
all those isms.
All
Yeah.
right. So let's
So
get
we're
to
gonna
it.
be
Let's get to
singing.
it.
All right. So I like teaching the whole thing. It goes so you sing after, repeat after me. Somebody's been hurting my brother, and it's gone on far too long. You go. Somebody's hurting my brother, and
Okay,
it's
we
gone
gotta go real quick. We have to go real quick.
far too long. Yes, it's gone on far
For
too
too
long.
long.
Yeah, it's gone on far too long. Somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent
Silent
anymore.
anymore.
Somebody's been poisoning my planet, and it's gone on far too long. That's your part.
Long.
It's gone on far too
For too
long,
long.
and it's gone on far too long.
Long.
Somebody's poisoning my planet, and it's gone on
For
far too
too
long,
long.
and we won't
Won't
be
be
silent
silent anymore. All
anymore.
right. We won't be
Yeah,
silent anymore. Colleen, thank you. I could get into trouble with you today, but
I know.
I'm gonna go to work. Everybody give Colleen a hand for bringing the whole vibe today. Snap her up. Show her her deep collective appreciation. Be on the lookout. Join her YouTube channel. Get those algorithms up. And just be on the lookout for more work from the wonderful Colleen Kattau. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, I feel better. Y'all feel better? Whew. Ooh, let's breathe that in. Okay, before we say our final goodbyes, I'm going to take this time to extend the invitation again to any new people in the room. Put your place, where you're from, where you're tuning in, and how you found Daily Antidote Song. And one of these days, Jojo Rossi is going to give you a very special welcome. Okay, I think that's it for now. Let's thank Colleen for being here. Let's give a
Thank you
big
so
hand
much.
to Aaron. Big hand to Aaron. And let's say goodbye to the Facebook Live family. We'll see